Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry holidays. May you be blessed. May you feel loved. So may it be. Hey crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker. Welcome to another Twin Flame Energy Check-in. I'm going to be exploring the energies of the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and just give you a checkup to see what is going on between the two of them in terms of separation or union, what energies are available to us at the moment. This is a reading applicable to those of you who are in a higher order spiritual connection, who fantasize and dream about a special someone that you're looking to manifest back into your life, or who actually find yourselves in a twin flame situation. All this being said, I'm just going to dive straight into the messages. So let's see what is available to us at the moment. What can we glean? Oh my goodness. Wow, really? The energy of the Divine Masculine appeared with a couple of other gods, not just one. We see how the Divine Masculine is really powerful at the moment. We have here Eros and the energy of love. We have Kernunos, shape-shifting, the Father Earth archetype, very fertile energy. And we also have Thor, action. So it could be that at the moment there are some powerful romantic and sensual fantasies brewing in the unconscious of the Divine Masculine, but for whatever reason there is no action. He's not coming forward. It seems like he's using all sorts of passive aggressive ways to try to check up on the Divine Feminine without actually being bold and brave enough to just grab the proverbial bull by the horns and talk to her, be direct. Let's see, what is the energy of the Divine Feminine? Okay, so we have here Genu. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is the energy of star family, star seeds, soulmates. Well, the Divine Feminine is very busy with her spiritual growth at the moment. It seems like she is very much removed from the carnal, lusty, sensual energy of the Divine Masculine. We see how the Divine Feminine seems to be very focused on her own becoming. There is an energy of a high priestess. She could be checking into conspiracy theories at the moment, because if you see in this image, we have a tattoo on her arm of a UFO. She may be revisiting all sorts of ancient occult texts, maybe getting an education in terms of everything that has to do with Freemasonry, Rosicrucianism. Maybe she's looking into different types of karma, different types of witchcraft. There seems to be a very scholarly vibe about our Divine Feminine. So she's much more concerned with the growth of her soul and her spirituality, and the Divine Masculine seems to be passive-aggressively stuck in a place where he has powerful sexual desires, but he's not actually brave enough to put them into action to come towards the Divine Feminine. It may be that this is the frustration of the current retrograde of Mars in Leo, and this is an energy that will prolong itself all the way up into the first months of 2025. A Mars retrograde is usually a type of astrological energy that frustrates a lot of actions. It frustrates the end of wars. It brings about low energy in terms of masculinity. It blocks men from truly feeling like they can initiate, like they can have courage, and that they have confidence to achieve what they want. It's almost like I want something, the desire is very strong, but there is no clear way for me to go about achieving it. And I feel like the Divine Feminine is conscious of this issue. She may be a good astrologer herself, or just checking into the astrological weather. And at the moment at which I'm filming this reading, in the month of December 2024, there is a Mars in Leo retrograde that is affecting them powerfully. And I see it represented in the oracle cards as well. Okay, so what big themes are available? So we see that they have this contradictory, opposing energy. We have here the clover, we have the heart, The rider in the house. Oh, okay. Time is not yet set for the development of their love. But I see here with the clover, which is something that usually comes about in the months of spring, we see here a potential development for the two of them as soon as the earth melts from its icy sleep, as soon as winter ends and spring begins. Good luck is coming into this connection, potentially a union, a chance for them to go out and spend some money enjoying each other, having fun on a date. I also see here with the heart strong, passionate desires, which have been steadily growing in the winter months, will be explored and inflamed and expressed in spring and summertime. I see here a variety of three roses, the white, the red, and the yellow. This talks about purity, innocence, a sense of friendship and camaraderie and elegance, because we have the yellow rose here as well, which represents optimism and standing true by your lover. And then, of course, we have the unconditional love, the complete surrender to passion of the red rose. All of these elements continue to exist between our divine masculine and our divine feminine. And I see that with the protection of these two white doves, the Holy Spirit is watching upon them, helping them achieve good luck in love. It's just not the right timing. There needs to be a sleep, there needs to be some hibernation, and obviously there needs to be the fulfillment of this Mars retrograde in Leo transit. I see here as well with the house that once they come together, the energies of the both the divine masculine and the divine feminine will be able to find a very solid footing. They will be able to ground themselves. Let me bring this energy closer so you guys get to see it with more clarity. So as you can see, we have the heart next to the house. This talks about the hearth of the matter, the situation. It's almost as if the goddess Vesta or Hestia is guarding over them. Hestia was the protector of the flame in the house, which is usually surrounding some sort of, like for example, the hearth in the kitchen, upon which everybody in the household would gather in winter months to tell stories, cook, and feel warm and protected by the cold, harsh wind outside. So there is the vibration that they will come home to each other. Eventually, there will be some exchange, some happy exchange of communications between the two of them, a happy resolution, a reconciliation that will happen from the heart, and they will be able to ground into a more stable commitment. Now, I do see here a trip that is going to help them. I feel with the rider here, the rider could represent the energy of a very young, boisterous, brash man who wants to swoop in and be the knight in shining armor in your life. But the rider here in this context, next to the house, talks about receiving some good news related to moving forward with purchasing a home. It could also be that you may purchase a home outside of the region where you live. Maybe if you live in the city, a home at the countryside, or vice versa. If you live in the countryside, you may purchase a flat in the city. There is some sort of deed, a property, some sort of indication, maybe a tax discount, an inheritance that is coming your way to help you achieve this goal of yours. And in this new space, this is where your love will unfold. This is where the divine masculine will invite the divine feminine or be invited by her, because I am seeing here that it is possible for both of them to acquire this new property and to create from a house, to create a home, to create a sense of here is where our love will unfold. Here is where we'll have children. Here is the space of our intimacy, protection, and the space in which we feel safe enough to truly express how we feel about each other. Okay, so a lot of these energies will happen behind closed doors. They will involve travel and they will involve passionate movement forward. It is just that 3 months have to pass. Mars needs to end its retrograde movement, and then I feel that things will be moving forward with a lot more presence, with a lot more speed, and with courage. I love to see this energy here with this horse spirit energy. So, what would the divine masculine say to the divine feminine? Dishonesty. By lying, I ripped us apart. third party. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. Oh, reveal. I want to tell you the truth. Destiny. I'm struggling to find the right path. Okay, so it feels like the divine masculine may have fallen prey to his lower desires. He did something selfish and now he feels like he lost his purpose. He has deviated from this twin flame path. He feels in some way guilty or jaded. He feels like the truth is being obscured from him because he made a mistake. And I feel like he's looking for the guidance that the divine feminine can provide her with. But at the same time, it feels like the divine feminine is moving on to other things, is unbothered by this romantic and sexual jealousy. She's just having bigger fish to fry at the moment. It's almost like the divine feminine feels like the collective, the world needs her, and she's answering this call. And temporarily, she may need to sacrifice the love and fantasizing that she's been doing for her divine masculine. So what would she say to him? What would the divine feminine say to the divine masculine if she could? Oh, so she thinks that they have different values. We have too many differences. There is a financial issue here. Either he has less money than her or more money than her, and there is just no common ground. They can't convene on how are we going to share our finances once we come together into a connection. There seems to be a disagreement over money. I also see here reflection. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. And here is the issue. The divine feminine actually feels like she can have a sense of identity, like she knows who she is outside of the connection with the divine masculine. So the divine feminine at the moment is really enjoying this newfound sense of self. She is doing some heavy shadow work. She may be seeing this connection in black and white with no colors in between. That's why she feels that you guys are too different. But it's helping her. It's in a weird way helping her balance herself. Let me pull another card. Guilty. She's remorseful. She feels like she has done something to fail you and this connection, divine masculine. I feel pain from the damage I have caused. I feel like she's also reflecting on the relationship with other people in her life, her friends, her family, her community. She feels like she did something wrong and she needs time to lick her proverbial wounds. So there is the separation, this chasm between the two of them. They are frustrated by the astrology at the moment, the transit of Mars, but it's also the fact that the divine feminine, it's almost like she retreated in a place that she has created as her sanctuary, and she's reflecting on how good she feels by herself, how different the values are that she shares with the divine masculine, but also how guilty she is. Yeah, she feels guilty. She feels like she has done something wrong, like it cannot be repaired. There is a sense of, I wish I could turn back time. I am flooded with regrets, and I hope that in time I will see the error of my ways and find something constructive to do with it. So speaking of the astrology between these two, oh, that really popped up. We have here Taurus. So this is the energy of love, but also material wealth and success. Material wealth and success that is achieved independently of each other. They are both focused on gathering resources for themselves, each to their own. This is also an energy of, I really wish you could give me the safety I need. I really wish you would stop dicking around, pretending like you are exciting when all I want from you is protection. I want to feel safe. I want to feel stable. I want to feel rooted. But I think both of them suffer from fear of missing out or low self-worth, and they are trying to sound or seem more exciting to their partner than they actually are in reality, for fear that if they become habituated, for fear if they commit to the situation and just get into the habit of love, it will not be enough. It will be boring, and one of them is going to get tired and will leave the connection for something more exciting. But in reality, they both want something stable and committed. So that's a paradox over there that can be resolved with clear communication. I also feel like the divine masculine and the divine feminine should create a habit of eating together. even if it's eating with each other as they are on Skype or FaceTiming one another. It's important to develop the habit of doing one small, simple thing together as a routine, as a way of tuning into each other and just spending time one next to the other. Because we are around the energies of Yule, let's see what else. So we have here the card of ceremony. I call upon those heralds of winter, dimming light for better sight. Hear thy praise spilling from thy lips, a spell I'll cast for thy spirits in me. I feel here that spell work can really contribute to the betterment of the situation. I definitely feel that with ritual, daily presence, prayer, lighting a candle, and conducting a love spell, a spell that enhances your beauty, that aligns you with your truth and values rather than a spell to control somebody else, those kind of spells are going to contribute massively to the positive energy that the Divine Feminine is able to transmit to the Divine Feminine and vice versa. So create a daily ritual, stick to it, practice your given powers, and through a love ceremony, make a love spell that enhances your beauty, aligns you with the twin flame path, if this is the one you wish to walk on, and allow the divine to then let it go and let it grow. What needs healing in this connection? What needs to be patched up, repaired, mended, and overcome? Echinacea, destiny, a sense of purpose. It's almost like both of you have lost the capacity to feel like you can manifest. It's almost like you look around you and you feel that I am out of my depth. There is no control. That's why you're experiencing a sense of horror, because at the root of horror is a lack of control, a lack of not being able to manage things, feeling like your life is being under the control of somebody else. There is also a feeling of destroying what was once good, because I'm noticing that one of my plants is unfortunately being burned by the candle. So yeah, see, again, apologizing. I feel guilty. I destroyed something that was once good. We were in a beautiful flow, but I broke out of it to feel like in solitude I can heal myself, instead of believing that I can heal myself by loving you, by staying in this connection to you. I fell back into a past pattern in which I detached from other people in order to tend to my wounds in privacy, in order to allow myself to be fully depressed without anybody looking at me and judging me. The echinacea strengthens the immune system. So I do feel that the separation and the challenges that they're experiencing at the moment is only meant to strengthen the power that exists between our divine counterparts. Jupiter conjunct Pluto, this is also the energy of hidden, secret, emotional depths. It is about the energy of finding crystals in the darkest, deepest mine. It is about transforming horror into harvested sensuality. And it is about gaining the control that you feel was lost. Gaining it, how? Through the power of prayer and self-confidence. God is working through you. Do not forget that. You are an instrument of surrender. You are an instrument of growth and light on this planet. Choose light over and above darkness. Entertain positive feelings even in the face of adversity, and you will find how you gradually regain power and control, and you are able to manifest things as you used to. One final thing I will give you is a familiar, an animal spirit that guides the divine masculine first. Let's see. And the divine feminine. Let's see. What familiar? For the divine masculine, we have a water animal spirit. It's also air, if you think about the fact that the heron is also a bird. So we have water and air, which together, if mixed, they create sparkling mineral water. And the heron is a sign of communication, It's a sign of penmanship, writing, reading, education. The divine masculine needs to improve his way of communicating. He is failing at it at the moment. He is taking all sorts of shortcuts, being passive aggressive, contacting the divine feminine in ways in which are beneath him, using social media or other platforms with fake aliases, instead of just being clear, direct, and putting words that are not necessarily, they don't have to be poetic or astounding. They can just be modest declarations of, hey, how are you doing? I hope you are well. I've been thinking about you. So Heron, as an animal spirit, is helping the divine masculine improve his communication style. Whoa, the earth element represented here by the snake. Snake also represents fire energy. And we have here the crystals that we were talking about, the hidden depth, the mining that the divine feminine needs to create. I also see that the upcoming lunar year of the snake, which will begin in January of 2025, is going to be very good for her. It will help her regain her optimism, her lust for life, and it will help her slither out of really difficult, imprisoning circumstances. Fresh earth, fresh growth, as we see vegetation arising out of stones. Our divine feminine is going to be able to strike water out of stone, as they say. She is healing and she is regaining her magic, her power. And I feel that as soon as she is done with this healing, she will be able to come into a sensual contact with the divine masculine. We see here water and earth, which are both very good for each other because the earth needs water in order to not become dry and crusty and break apart. And also, earth can provide water with stability. It can hold it. It can provide it with safety. So the divine feminine can do this for the divine masculine at the moment, as she is working on being a little bit more mysterious, less communicative, more focused on her stillness, growth, and the increase of her health. She needs to pay close attention to her health, to increase her immune system, to boost her light, and go through a glow up. A glow up that will basically be related to the daily rituals that she creates, like drinking water and saying prayers and sleeping enough. And as she's doing all of these things, her power will increase to such an extent that the divine masculine would find her irresistible, and there will be this point of contact. So, as we can see at the moment, the number 66, the number of Venus, guards over this beautiful connection. You are lovers, you are counterparts, you are coming together. It's just that the time is not right. Timing is a big issue in your connection, and you just have to be a bit more patient, but look at the outcome that is coming your way. And I think that this is an outcome that is worth waiting for. This has been your twin flame energy check-in. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this reading. I will come back at you as soon as I can with another check-in. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being part of my crew. Remember to like this video if you have enjoyed it, and sorry for kicking the camera. I'll see you in my next one. Bye, my loves.